So one of our intrepid viewers pointed out that this pond here was really dirty. And maybe that's why Hank didn't want to get into it. And it's not why, but it occurred to me that I am a relatively smart person, so I should be able to figure out how to remedy this. And so I came up with the following project. All right, so bear with me on this. This is there's a lot of pipes and stuff here. So this is our rain barrel that comes off the roof of the barn. So it's a 500-gallon rain barrel. It fills up like within 10 minutes if it's a good rain. I mean, it's just boom, done. So my first part of the project was to, whenever the rain barrel is full, I'm going to take that water and run it into here. And the little rain we had last week filled this up. This can act as a water trough and probably a duckweed source for the chickens and for the emus. I need to put a top on it to make it safe. Right now the gate is closed. Hi Hank. Hank's been wanting to get in here all afternoon. Sorry, buddy. Right, so they'll use this as a water trough. And whenever they use it, if it starts to get empty, here's a little float valve. And that'll go down. And where that comes from is the bottom of the rain barrel. So, you know, if it doesn't rain for a long time, we can still fill this with rainwater through that float. No, we don't need any electricity, nothing. So then when this gets too full, and I'm still working on this, water will go down there. So I still need to figure out where that pipe goes as far as depth. So then it goes down here, and it's going to go, so this is the overflow pipe basically for that thing. It's going to go down here, down here, down here, and eventually is going to end up in this water trough. So this one will be right here, right in this little spot here, and then it's going to have an overflow which will go into here. And then I think I've got a little solar pump that I got, and I think I'll be able to create a little cycle where I can, water will run down the pipe into, from there to here, and then I can pump it out of here back up to there. The solar pump may not be strong enough, and if that is the case, that's fine. I've got electricity right here. I can put a little tiny pump on it and pump the water back so that it cycles. And what I'll do is, this probably not worth explaining until I actually do it, because it's complicated, but basically I'll fit this pipe over the little overflow pipe and cut holes in the very bottom so that water has to come up from below. So then if leaves and stuff fall in there, they're not going to clog the little 1/4-inch pipe. Okay, so far so good. Everything seems fine. And so I was a little concerned that this was a little too high and it wasn't going to create enough flow from up there. It's probably deceptive, because if I look at the barn, it is definitely lower, but I don't know, it doesn't seem right. So anyway, I thought I'll dig this out a little bit. What I forgot, this is the pipe that we put in to take the gray water from the barn and run it out to where I can use it ultimately in my little garden. I'll fix that. Won't take but half an hour. Although I don't know, I may have to go get a fitting. I've been to Home Depot twice today, so you know, the ladies there know me pretty well. They're like, oh, you're back again, your project. Yeah, I'm back again. So anyway, we're gonna keep working on this. But I think at the end of it, we should be able to have clear water in here. Well, that was a half hour of my life I'll never get back. But we're all set. Yeah, we're going to continue this operation. So we've got that pipe run and we're going into here. This, I was going to drill this out right here and put this bulkhead in there. But I'm going to see if, because I lowered it when I cut that pipe, if I've got enough, you know, vertical play in here that it'll work over the top, because it's a pain in the patoot to cut this stuff. It's pretty hard. So then we've got our overflow here, and it's going to go out on that side. And I haven't run this pipe yet, but this will go from there to here. So, all right. So let's see how we did. Hi guys. So I'm kind of artificially lowering that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess that's the gurgle from the air coming out. All right, so it's lowering and our little float valve is working. You can see it going in there, so it's definitely lowering. Are you happy about it? I'm going to start calling you R2D2 because you make all these weird computer sounds. All right, so the water's come out of there. And we have a tiny flow. So we did have a tiny flow. Okay, we've got a tiny flow. So when I move water, so this is gravity from the rain barrel to there, and from there to here, and from here to there. That's all gravity. But then to get it back out of here, I've got to use some kind of power to get it there, right? And then it will just cycle. And that, you know, in there somewhere, I'll have filtration. I haven't figured that out yet, what I'm going to use there, but I'll have filtration. And so through this process, we'll basically increase the volume of water. So we've got a larger volume of water. We can have fish here, there, and we already have fish in here, but you can't see them because it's a little green. And then we might plant some plants in here, in these two. Not in this one because the emus would just crush them. But we'll plant some plants in these two and grow duckweed, potentially. So, I mean, water's coming out of there. So, and that's fine. I mean, if we have a big rain and it overflows into there, I've got to come up with a solution for that. Like, where does the water, currently the water would just flow out here, and maybe that's okay. But I got to think about that, because there are some points in our Texas summers when I would have liked to have kept water that went into that stream down there. So yeah, so I'll think about that. But yeah. So we got a little more work to do. We got to plumb this from there to here, and then we got to figure out what we're going to use to power water from here up to there. And so, yeah, that's the next part of the project.